toes. So tonight's class is all going to be about do it yourself. So these are going to give you, if you're the crafter and you want to make personalized gifts this year, maybe you want to save some money and you want to, you know, cut corners there. Or maybe it's just like the last minute gift idea. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot this person. I need to come up with something, okay? So I want to give you lots of ideas, and my goal tonight really is just to give you some ideas that are common, like things that people are going to want to use. Like it's not going to be some far-fetched thing that, you know, yeah, it might be crazy to gift. But these are going to be things as an oiler you're going to be very familiar with, all right? So let's go ahead and jump into tonight's class. All right, so the very first one that we have is a solid perfume. So we had Mother's Day this last year, and we had perfumes that were actually liquid ones that you can make in rollerballs, right? Emily Wright gave us lots of recipe book for perfumes. This one in particular is a solid perfume, and you can actually even put it in an empty locket or a metal container, so that it's really easy to be able to apply it on there. So for those of you that have beeswax on hand, this will be really easy for you. I actually have beeswax on hand because I actually make as a chapstick, you know, and beeswax is in that. So this one takes 2 tablespoons of beeswax, 2 tablespoons of doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil. The example I had for the oil was the Pomarosa. We got that one earlier in the year, but you can choose any fragrant of your choice. And if you have that Mother's Day packet that they had back in May, then you probably have some oils there and some recipe ideas of good combinations of oils. In the chat box, why don't you guys let me know what your favorite oil is that you like to wear as a perfume? That way people can have some ideas of what oil choices they might want to have. Let me know, is it Whisper? You know, a lot of people like Whisper. I actually am a fir fan, so I really like to put Douglas fir and rose together. I'm really loving the balsam fir, which came out as the product of the month this month. That's been a really good one as well. So we've got jasmine and magnolia. We've got neroli as options. Whisper and magnolia was another suggestion. Inspire, rose, magnolia, hope, all of these are great ones to do as well. So in the case for this particular solid perfume, you're going to just place it in a jar, like a mason jar, with a saucepan with a little bit of water in there. It's kind of like a double boiler method where you're going to melt the water, melt the beeswax in there before you add the oils in and that kind of thing. So it takes a little time to do this. I have melted beeswax in the microwave if I was in a jam and trying to do it really, really fast. But you really want to do a slow method on this one so that it gets a nice melted consistency, and then you can add the products to it. Now it does say that you want to add the ingredients after, just a few minutes after you've removed it from heat, because we want it to cool down a little bit and not alter the essential oils that way. So anyways, I thought I would give you a solid perfume rather than a perfume rollerball for you guys to try. All right. Then let's talk about scrubs. So we did the Family Feud this week, right? And the scrubs was one of the top answers for the Family Feud. And I wanted to give you guys some recipes and some ideas with products that you probably have on hand. Okay, the first recipe is the peppermint foot scrub. And I will try to put some of these recipes in our users group here for you guys next week, so that if you can't see it on your screen, if you're on your phone, it's probably really hard to see this on there. You'll have access to some of these because I'll share them in the group. Okay, so the peppermint foot scrub is pretty easy. It's got sugar in there, carrier oil. Let's see. And then your oil. So pretty easy, basic. We've got a coffee scrub. This is when you use leftover coffee grounds, okay, in this particular one, and it uses cypress and grapefruit oil. Or we also have a salt scrub. So salt scrubs are just another thing. You have salt of your choice on hand, and you can add that to grapefruit or Balance is one that's suggested. You can store in a glass jar and use that as a scrub as well. So there's lots of alternatives. Most of us have sugar, you know, those that drink coffee, you know, you have your leftover grounds, and we should have salt in our pantry. So I figured it was pretty good on that. All right, let's talk about all things bath real quick. Now, fizzy bath bombs was on our Family Feud suggestion this week as well. And let's see, I have tried fizzy bath bombs. I have my daughter Olivia next to me, and we have made bath bombs, haven't we?
Yes.
Yes.
They turn out well sometimes and not that well.
Yes, so they are a challenge if you're going to make bath bombs, but they are extremely popular gifts. You can get a lot of silicone molds and put them in there so they can hold their shape. Or you could do them in the traditional circle as well. Bath salts are extremely popular and really, really easy to use. I think a couple years back, we did do this bubble bath recipe at our Denver meeting, and that works really good. You can get little, on Hobby Lobby, they have little fish and ducks shaped containers where you could put the bubble bath in it and then gift it that way. Super easy, but all you need is, let's see, that one's a little bit, if you don't have Castile soap, that might be a little bit harder for you, but I have Castile soap on hand and vegetable glycerin because I make a lot of DIYs on there. So I think most people will have bath salts in their arsenal, so they'll have Epsom salts, and so those are really easy to make as gifts. Now coming up, we actually have our very first demo that is coming on, and I'm really hoping that Jamie is on. Is Jamie on? Jamie, I don't see Jamie on right now. Maybe we won't have our first demo.
I let her in a few minutes ago, so maybe she got kicked out.
Okay. All right, we'll keep an eye on her. If she surfaces again, she was going to do a mussel soak demo recipe for us. And I'm just going to keep going. We'll come back to that or whatever, and I'll show you that recipe. All right, so I do want to give you one rollerball recipe. So it's really easy. You can get the empty rollerballs at doTERRA.com. You can order them in batches, I think 6. Or I have actually recycled and reused my old ones, taking the stickers off, and then I've washed them and then reused them as well. So there you have some options with this one. This one is, can you guys guess what this one's used for? We've got Balance, cedarwood, copaiba, frankincense, and peace. So in the chat box, what could you possibly use this rollerball blend for? Let's see what you guys are going to come up with here. Oh, Misty said all things calming. KS says relaxation, right? Relaxation, yeah. Maybe for some sleep, right?
I used 2 of those oils in the recipe Mom gave me.
Yeah, yeah. That's right. A pain after all the cooking and cleaning. Okay, you can certainly do it for some pain benefits. Carolyn says yes, sleep. Oh, I like that, Michelle. Chillaxing. Maybe that's what the roller ball should be called, is the chillaxing roller. I love that. I love that. All right, so let's keep moving on here. All right. All right, so I wanted to give you guys another really easy thing. So I have unscented lotion sitting around because I use it like fractionated coconut oil. And it's just something that we have on hand because we have to dilute oils at some point. And so this is a really simple DIY for you guys. all you have to do is find a container just like these on the bottom left that you can put your lotion in. And the directions are really simple. You're going to add your favorite essential oils. I've got a couple of them on the screen, but you know, you're going to make your own unscented hand and body lotion. So you can actually put this, squeeze it out in a bowl if you wanted to put it in a nice container. Add your essential oils to that. I would say about 15 drops was probably going to be good enough. Stir it up and then put that in your lotions container. Add a cute little bow to it, and it makes a really great gift as well. So help me out in the chat, Boxy. Or you could do like what we did, that doTERRA Shield one, where we just use a pipette and we put the oil in the lotion container and then shook it up and mixed it up that way.
I think we made a video.
Yes, thank you. And you could do it that way, but I like getting the inexpensive lotion containers. It's very decorative there. Can you guys help me out? What would be an ideal lotion or essential oil to add to your lotion? So in your chat box, put out what you guys would put in your lotions. Michelle says On Guard lotion. Let's see, Trish says Deep Blue. We've got Peppermint and Citrus Bliss, Serenity. Oh, Citrus Bloom, yes, that would be a really good one. Lemon and Lime, Geranium, Lang Lang from Sarah, yep. Rose, yes, you could totally do it. One drop of rose probably would be enough in that whole container for sure. My favorite combo that I really like, I like to put frankincense and Lang Lang together. They're great for the skin. Douglas fir and grapefruit is great. Thanks for suggesting that one, Misty. That's especially this time of year, it's a really good combo for. Perfect. All right, thanks so much for your guys' suggestions on that. We're gonna move on. So super easy, get a nice container for your lotions, add unscented lotion and your favorite oil to it. All right, so how many of you guys, by raise of hands, have, oh, can you go get the On Guard spray mist container off my desk? Have a lot of On Guard sanitizing mist containers now? Anybody else besides me? Misty has some. Okay, Sarah's has one, some. Yes. So, okay, Michelle's smiley face, Carolyn said yes, yeah. So, you know, one of the things we could do, and I've given you guys some recipes in the oil group where we can remake this, right? Nikki says she's got some too. You can remake your own hand sanitizing mist, but one of our best-selling items, one of the ones that they've had for the last 2 years that have sold out really, really quick is the pillow sprays. So here are 3 pillow sprays that you can use. That traditionally you can buy these empty containers on doTERRA. I think they have them in stock right now. They just came back. If not, it should be soon. But you can just simply pull the sticky stuff off. See, I'm just pulling that off like this, okay? And then use your lemon oil, and you know, you just wipe the lemon on there, and it's going to take the sticky stuff right off. And then you can wash the container in your sink out really good, and then you could actually make a nice pillow spray with this particular one. So I have a couple of recipes for you guys here. We've got lavender and cedarwood. We've got vetiver and bergamot, which you guys know from Family Feud, right? Last week, it was a great calming oil as well as a stress relieving oil. We also have lang-a-lang and sandalwood as options as well. So definitely is a good, good suggestions on there, but you can put a cute little bow on there, and that's gonna really make a big difference there. All right, so Jamie, I heard you are on. Are you on? Hey, Jamie.
So is she on? I let her in, but I don't know if she, now it looks like she disappeared.
Yeah,
I'm
I
on.
see her.
Sorry,
Hey,
we're
Jamie.
having, for whatever reason, we're having connective issues over here.
Oh, okay. All right, let me stop my screen share so you can see Jamie here. Well, hopefully you'll stay with us at least long enough to share your DIY. We want to know how to make the mussel soak.
Okay. Yay, this is really simple. So I'll show you how simple this is. And I have to do something simple because the funny thing about DIYs is you've got to have all the ingredients. So anyway, so the mussel soak is this simple. It's just a cup of Epsom salts. So I'll just do this right here with you because it's just that simple. So I'm going to just pour in a cup. And I decided I wanted to do a DIY that I would actually use. And this is one that I think I would actually use because some of them I haven't actually used. So then they're not as effective if you don't use it right. So there's the cup of Epsom salts. And so we have 4 different oils. So I've got lavender, black pepper, peppermint, and juniper berry. So the recipe is, remind me, Caroline, is it 3 drops? How many drops is this of each? Okay, thank you. Oh, 2, okay, 2 of the black pepper and peppermint. Okay, that makes sense to me. So 2 drops of black pepper and 3 of lavender and juniper berries. So, okay, I'm going to start with the lavender first. I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3. Actually got 4 in there. And then the juniper, 1. This one's a little slower, so I'll just tap it out. Come on. Okay. And then we've got 2 of the peppermint, so this one will come out kind of fast. Okay, and then 2 of the black pepper. So I think the cooling oils are awesome for a muscle rub because sometimes that's, you know, we like to ice things down. So this is how simple it is, you guys. So just putting that together and voila. So you could put the whole thing if you wanted into your bath, or I don't know if I would use a whole cup of Epsom salts in there or not, but it does smell amazing. Yeah, that will be really nice. That'll be a great soap. So maybe I'll go do that. I'll go do that tonight.
Yes, and you know, I thought that that's perfect for you, Jamie. You're so athletic and you're always out there. This is definitely for somebody who has sore muscles, you know, and you're an expert in knowing what oils to use for that, right?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because my neighbor, he runs this 100-mile race every year, and we talk a lot, and he's given me a lot of tips. He's trying to talk me into this race, by the way, but he's done this race 10 years, and he said the thing you have to do, like right after that race, is you have to jump right after into an ice bath. And so that's why the cooling oils make sense, because I think if you're using cooling oils with it, because usually after I run a marathon, I usually run with compression socks, and then I stick a bunch of ice cubes. Well, I'll stick a bunch of, because usually they hand out popsicle or creamies or something, so I'll stick them down to my socks. Anyway, it's nice to cool down. So the oils, you know we have hot and cold oils, so the cooling oils like that would be, yeah, I need to lean into this stronger. So thanks, Caroline, for this opportunity.
Yeah.
I'll go try it out.
And this would be a really good for a foot soak too. Like you would not necessarily have to do it in a bath, right? You could do it in a foot soak as well.
Yeah.
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 Awesome.
And I think what comes to my mind with the foot soak is I remember Jamie and I went out and did a trade show out in San Diego one time, and there was a person there that had one of those foot machines that detoxes, you know, and so after 20 minutes, all these things came out of my system. So it tells me that probably soaking in essential oils would be a great idea as a foot soak, because I tend to think things like cilantro. My son Sam came over yesterday and he works assembling trucks, and he had like oil all over him. And I said, wow, you've got to get some cilantro going, you know, to get this stuff detoxed. So I think we could do a lot of effective detoxing with foot soaks.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate you and your knowledge and your willingness to do a demo for us.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Let's, for those that want the recipe again, I'm going to put that up on the screen for you so you can see what that is and take a screenshot of that. Many of these slides I'll be sharing within the group during the week. So you'll be able to have access to seeing them in the future as well. All right, let's go back to where we were here. So we did the roller, the hand lotion. We talked about the pillow sprays, bracelets. How many of you guys have made aromatic bracelets? I know my daughter's like, yeah, I have, I totally love it. You can actually find on Amazon lava bead gemstones for really inexpensive. You can even get them in little kits. I meant to grab ours out. It looks like a little fishing, like a tackle box with lots of different beads. And my kids are always making the latest bracelet for them to then put the oils on their lava beads. On there. So super easy, a lot of fun. You can get your family involved in this. And I will tell you with the stretch cord that if you have a jewelry glue or if you have a hot glue gun, you can, when you tie it in a square knot, put the glue on that square knot and it will keep it from pulling apart. Okay. So, because you have the stretchy cord to be able to do that. So these are super fun, and you can easily just gift them a bottle of your favorite essential oil that you like to wear in these. We did these as actually, I was in charge of the young women's group, ages 12 to 18, and we did it as an activity. And they made the bracelet. They could make one for themselves, and then we made an extra one that we gave to a women's shelter. And then they added little sample containers of peace and console and balance, so that could go to the women's shelters, so they could have something to help them out. So, okay, thank you. All right, so this is super fun and inexpensive as well. All right, we're gonna move on to Misty. For as long as I can remember, Misty has done hand sanitizers forever. We actually, she's got a great little sticker that she produces to make that. And anyways, I love this. I gave them a lot of customer appreciation gifts. I have a lot of people who buy these hand sanitizers. So I just want to turn the time over to Misty now.
Okay, hi you guys. Yes, this has been something that I've kind of always done. I like puns and play on words, so having a Sanitizer, like, I don't know, it nerds me out and I like it. So, okay, so I've got a couple different container options. So like Caroline was showing those extra On Guard hand sanitizing sprays, like this is a great time to reuse those. So this is one I actually peeled the label off earlier. And because of the nature of going from an On Guard hand sanitizer to a Sanitizer, I don't even have to wash out the container. I literally just like take off the label, wash the outside of the bottle, and I can just put on the sticker labels that I have to label this container. But I found with DIYs, sometimes it's better to put the label on before you do a DIY, and sometimes it's better to do it after the DIY. It depends on if your ingredients are greasy, like a rollerball. A lot of times you're better to put it on ahead of time so that it really sticks well. And then in this case, the base is more of a water. So it can be sometimes better to put it on afterwards in case you spill water down the side of your container. So, and all right, but I'm just going to go ahead just so that you can see it and put the label on. So I have 2 different label options that I've made over the years. So this one kind of has a front and a back. So there's that, and I just kind of, typically there's creases. I'm kind of a perfectionist. So there's creases along the side of your container. So you can line the edge of your sticker up with that so that you know you're getting a nice straight label. And then that label curves around the side, so then you can get that easily kind of see to line it up. And get your little label on there. And this one says, Merry Christmas, enjoy this natural hand sanitizer made with doTERRA essential oils. So I think with that type of a label on it, you couldn't like resell it on Etsy, like saying doTERRA, but you can gift it and say say that it has doTERRA oils in it, just to cover our compliant basis. And then I have another larger, so this is a 4-ounce spray bottle. And this particular one, the belt, I actually used like fancy tape. So it's a glittery belt in gold and black. Can you guys see that? And so I put the belt on afterwards instead of it just being printed. So just kind of different options. And then this one also has a little Santa hat on the S, which is super cute. Oh my gosh. All right. So it's super easy to make. If you're going to do the smaller bottle, probably about a teaspoon of witch hazel. You do a larger 4-ounce bottle, maybe about a tablespoon of witch hazel. Honestly, if you have a lot of witch hazel on hand, you could just fill the whole container with witch hazel and then add your oils, like super simple. Or if you want to stretch out your ingredients, you can do, again, the teaspoon or the tablespoon of the witch hazel just right into the container, and then fill the rest with the distilled water. And then the oils that you're going to want to use for this DIY, so we'll make it in this one. You can do On Guard and Purify. I love that combination. I think they smell amazing together. What I'm going to do today is about 3 drops of Holiday Peace, 3 drops of Holiday Joy, and 3 drops of Northern Escape. You guys like that? Oh yeah, that's Christmas in a bottle, I'm telling you. Okay, and then now, if you want, you can add rubbing alcohol and make your sanitizer like a true 65%. That would be like technically an actual sanitizer. So you can just add that. I know the power of the essential oils, and witch hazel has some natural alcohol in it too. So, you can just kind of eyeball it, get about a tablespoon in there. And then just fill the rest with distilled water. And then that's your DIY. Was that pretty easy or what?
I loved it, Misty. I love it. We're reusing our bottles, you know. And I actually have the labels for the Santa, the very first one that she showed, that I can make sure that you guys get those so that you guys can print them out. Very, very cute. You know, I just get one of those, you could do it on a piece of paper and then use packing tape. I always put packing tape over them to kind of seal it so that they don't just get smudged or come apart. Or you can get actual page labels. So it's a whole 8x10 piece of paper that's got the sticky stuff on the end, and you just print it out and then cut around it. You can do either of those, but I do have, Missy, oh, go ahead.
And you can always glue like a little pom-pom on the top if you want.
I love it. Thank you so much, Misty. I love your creativity.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, I do have the aloe recipe, the other DIY with the Sanitizer, because this is the one that we've done in Denver quite often. So if you don't want the spray, you can actually use aloe vera gel. Is actually extremely moisturizing to the skin. And this is something that is pretty easy. You can get vitamin E oil near the pharmacy in most places, and you just put a little bit of that in there, and you can put it in a squeeze container, or you can make it double the batch and put it in one of those pumps as well. You can make a hand sanitizer that way. So, all right, we're talking about diffusers, guys, and we want simple, easy gifts. So this Reed diffuser is so easy, all right? All you need to do is have a cute glass container. So how many of you guys buy something and it's in a glass container and you know, you're like, what am I going to do with this? Just put it in recycling? Well, sometimes we can use them for gifts, right? Use your lemon oil, take the sticky stuff off, and you can utilize the containers. And for a reed diffuser, it's pretty inexpensive. You can get a lot of the reeds at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. You can get them in a big pack. And all you have to do is grab a little handful of it, put a little ribbon on it, get a glass container, and then you can give them some fractionated coconut oil and your favorite scent. Maybe it's Holiday Joy or Holiday Peace or Harvest Spice if you have it, right? You can gift them that, and it's simple as easy. You're going to just add fractionated coconut oil to your glass container. I usually do about a fourth of the way in there. I don't put a whole lot. I don't fill the whole thing up. I just do a little bit of it. And then I add my oils to the mixture at the bottom. And then every other day, I just take my reeds and put them upside down. So then the wet ones are up on the top and it will diffuse. So very simple. You can add a cute little ribbon to this, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of something really easy that you need. So all you need is fractionated coconut oil. You can add, it says 15 drops of your favorite oil, and then a glass container. Super easy, cute little gift for them to start diffusing right away, okay? All right, now we're gonna move on to room sprays because these are, it's really popular. I remember when Febreze came out, right? Everybody was spraying their couches with artificial scents and stuff like this. And so we want to get rid of the artificial stuff and give it nice, healthy stuff as well. And so these are going to give you some ideas with just popular things, oils that you can use for room sprays, your firs, Holiday Peace, wintergreen and On Guard. This one right here is a Christmas tree room spray. And I actually substituted this. You can even put this in your diffuser, but I've substituted Douglas fir for the balsam fir, the one we got this month. And it is by far my favorite diffuser recipe. I love the cinnamon and the wild orange. You do 2 drops of all 3 of them, but you can make a room spray as well. And I have Jessica, who is actually going to demo how easy it is to make a room spray. So Jessica, are you with us?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So Caroline turned me on to these bottles at Dollar Tree, except my Dollar Tree is awful and doesn't order them. So I just order a case at a time. So I always have them. But I can pick, you know, out of the box, a festive color. I have red, silver, and I have blue. The recipe I was gonna do tonight is called gingerbread cookies because when it comes to the holidays, I like the smell of sweets, even though I really shouldn't eat a bunch of sweets. So for this one, it's 15 drops of ginger. Let's see. And then there's 9 drops of clove. Alrighty. And 3 drops of cinnamon. And then all you do is fill your bottle up with distilled water. Now, if you have little children, I have a 10-year-old who for the last few years likes to have his own bottle, but I don't want him going through 30 drops in a day or an hour. And so I will take my 15 ml bottles or a 30 ml bottle if I happen to have them on hand and let him pick what recipe he's wanting. And just, he can have his own little spray that he can spray wherever he wants for the day. And then once he runs out, he's done. So that is how I manage my oils when it comes to my children and the room sprays. And whoops, hold on. Okay. So I, a couple years ago, stocked up on labels for my Christmas sprays. And so like Misty was saying, if it's water, it goes on after. Make sure I didn't, spill anything. And so I just like to put that on. And then I've done different fall ones, just different fall smells and given them away as gifts. And people always love them. Super cheap, super simple. You can't beat it, really.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jessica. If you guys can help us out in the chat box, if you've made room sprays, let us know what oils you've used for your room sprays. I would love to see what the popular ones are. So feel free to put that in the chat box here for us.
I want a spearmint one.
All right, now we're gonna go back to our thing because we only have a few more left. Let's see, people are starting to chat. I've got one comment. Let's see, Harvest Spice and On Guard from Karen. Purify, that's definitely a good one you could put in a spray, right? Make your own Febreze. I have the Christmas tree one. I have a citrus one that I've used where I've used a lot of the citrus like tangerine, lemon, and lime. Awesome. All right, we're gonna keep moving forward here. All right, so I didn't want to leave the men out. If you're looking for ideas, most of our men don't want to smell like flowers. So maybe they're a little bit more resistant. I don't know if Troy is on the call tonight, but sometimes they might be a little bit. And so I wanted to give you guys some really thoughtful gifts for the men in your life and showcase some of the essential oils that are kind of more earthy that they might gravitate for. So we do have a body spray for our men, and this one's going to have cedarwood, wild orange, tea tree, black spruce, and arbor vitae. So this is great, actually. This would be a great bug repellent too on this one as well. And you're going to use that witch hazel that Misty was talking about earlier as well in this particular one. And then we have a beard oil. I actually have a fellow doTERRA wellness advocate, and he loves this recipe about for his beard, his facial hair. And this one has rosemary, cedarwood, and Hawaiian sandalwood in it. So if you could substitute probably the normal sandal or India sandalwood, or if you have Hawaiian, you can use that as well. Makes that super easy to use every morning, kind of like the root tip serum that we would use for our hair. All right, I have 2 more recipes for our guys. We have a men's roller. So we had the solid perfume earlier. This one is a men's cologne, okay? Or they can actually use it as a deodorant. So this is it has frankincense, again, cedarwood, Siberian fir, patchouli, and the Hawaiian sandalwood in there. All you need is a rollerball and your oils and fractionated coconut oil for that gift. Then we also have, if you're more adventurous and you want to do a little bit like Craft Year's 2.0, right? You can actually make your own shaving cream and use essential oils in that as well. So I know I have Castile soap on hand, I have olive oil, I have shea butter, and then if you have solid coconut oil, that's what this one is for here. So you're going to follow the dry, melt the coconut oil and shea butter in the double broiler method. So that could be just a mason jar inside boiling water in a pot with just a little bit of water in there, just to melt it up. And then you're going to transfer that to a large bowl and then add the other ingredients in there. You're going to stick it in the fridge till it gets hard, solid again, and then you're going to whip it. And it's really kind of cool. I've made lotions that are very light and fluffy by whipping it. It just makes it super soft. And then that's when you're going to add the essential oils in at that particular time. So just kind of a fun way to do it, kind of have them be pampered as well. All right, guys, this is what my daughter has been waiting for all night long. And I'm really excited to showcase this one because I have labels for you for this hot chocolate. Our family is a huge hot chocolate. We love hot chocolate, right?
Mm-hmm.
We love it a lot. We're always having hot chocolate. And so why not add essential oils to your hot chocolate? So I'm going to stop my share here and open it up so you guys can see us as we demo with you guys how to make this. All right, it's super easy. So I actually have 2 ways, and when I pull up the slide again, I have the quick and easy way, which is you buy the mix already, and then you add 10 to 15 drops of your oil to the mix, and then you can put that in your jars and do it that way. Or you can make it like Olivia and I are going to make it, and that's from scratch, and then add your oils to it. So nothing fancy. I get these from Costco. They have jellies in it, and then I take it off, and then I printed out the label on one of those sheets, and I cut them out. I'm going to see if I can get Olivia to put that on the top for me. Maybe.
I can peel it.
Misty knows how it might take a little while to get this on there. Want to try it? All right, while I talk. All right. So the ingredients that you guys need for this one, you're going to need some salt. You need some powdered milk. And I actually use this one from Thrive. It actually tastes really good. Surprising, but it does. You need some cocoa. And what is that?
I don't know.
Cornstarch. Okay.
Don't forget about
And her favorite ingredients, powdered sugar. Okay. So I have some powdered sugar here. All right. Let me turn my camera so you guys can actually see what we're going to do. And I did this because of time, so it's super easy. We're just going to throw everything in our big bowl. Again, we're using essential oils, so whenever possible, we want to use metal or glass when we're mixing things, not our plastic. So go ahead. We already have our powdered sugar in here. Dump it all in. Okay, so she's adding the powdered milk to it. Okay. Now add the salt. Okay. How about add the cornstarch?
Smells. I don't like the smell.
And then we're going to add the cocoa mix. So the whole thing goes in. You guys missed it. You didn't see her eyeballs. It was like, what? I'll give you the recipe for this in just a minute when we open the slides. But basically, you're going to add that in there. You're going to take a whisk and you're going to stir it. Can you do it without spilling it? Can you stir it around? No? Okay. And we're just going to mix this up. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. So once we get all the dry ingredients, we need to add our oils to it. Now, you can add a cardamom, which is 10% off of this month. You can add that to it. You could add wild orange to it, or you can add peppermint to it, or, oops, I just spilled that on there. Yeah, I was spilled it. Or you could do cinnamon to it. And all you're going to do is add 10 to 15 drops. Can you go over on the other side really quick? I forgot to get the peppermint out. Add that to the cocoa. That bottom, yep, no, bottom one right there. Pull quickly, right there, right by your hand. Yes, thank you. All right, let's add our oils really quick, guys, sorry. And we're just add it to the dry mix. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. All right. Oh man, that smells amazing. So you could add your candy cane once you fill your mug up with this. So all we're gonna do right here, got a nice peppermint cocoa right here. We're gonna put 2 tablespoons in our mug and fill that up with water, and we are good to go. So she put the label on. So I have my label right here. Fits perfectly on my little container right here. You're gonna have the wide labels as well as the smaller mason labels for this as well. And then I can add my hot chocolate to this and then add a ribbon to it, and it will look really, really cute. This one's gonna have peppermint in it. So while I finish this, can you scoop some of that in there?
What?
You can just go get a measuring cup and do that. All right, we're gonna keep going here though. Let me go ahead and show you guys the recipe. Okay, Karen said she does cassia with hers. That's a good one. And Sarah, also powder coffee creamer to your mix. Oh yes, you could totally do that. As well. That is a great idea. All right, so for the recipes. So if you want the simple, easy way out and you're looking for a way to make a nice gift, then all you have to do is get the pre-made stuff and add your oils to it, okay? 10 to 15 of your desired oils. And then, or you can make your own from scratch. So we do a whole lot. So I'm sure my kids are gonna love this. All right, just a few more things and then we will be done. So if your last minute gift, maybe you have somebody who it would speak volumes if you donated into a cause for them in their name. So I just wanna let you know, you can do this to Healing Hands. This one just shows you example of $50, but you can actually do it in increments of 10, 25, 50, 100, 200. But I wanted to show you different ways that you can become involved with the Healing Hands. When you do that donation, you can affect organizations that we work with about anti-human trafficking. You can help provide clean water and sanitation, disaster reliefs. There are disaster relief kits that you can actually purchase that go to the areas that need it. That's a great charity gift as well. Healing Hands also empowers women. They work on teaching people how to use essential oils as well as hospitals and doctors near them. It also helps them become more self-reliant. We deal with Days for Girls, where we talk about reusable menstrual pads you know, and how to take care of our bodies. A lot of women are shunned when it is that time of the month. And this organization that Healing Hands works with provides education, so it's not looked down upon, that they know how to take care of themselves and be proud that they're women. All right, so just I thought last minute gift, that's an easy one that you could do. You can also gift a membership. So whoever got you started with, they can definitely help you out with this. But you can get a membership for your friend or family. You can get a gift certificate for me. You can message me. I have a lot of moms who have college age kids that are off, and they'll gift them a diffuser and a couple of oils at Christmas time. And the benefit of getting their own membership is they get that consultation. So they learn how to use the oils. They also get some reference materials so that they're not calling you all the time, that they learn how to look it up in a book and find that on there. And then they can earn a lot of additional freebies by getting their membership. So I do want to let you guys know that that option is always available. Every year I always have 3 or 4 people that are interested in gifting a membership to doTERRA for friends and family. All righty, so our next class is going to be in 2 weeks. So let me just put this here. And so next week is the week of Christmas, so we're not going to have a class. It's going to be all about focus and motivation. December 30th. So as we go into the new year, we always have all the new goals, and we have all these aspirations on how great the year is going to be, and we're going to change, and everything's going to be roses, right? Well, we want to talk about how we can use our essential oils to help us focus and help with momentum and help us stay in a really good positive place as we start the year. So Jessica is going to help us teach this class. And so I'm really excited to see that. So this will be December 30th. So no class